GTA 5 Online was an unprecedented success, but lightning rarely strikes twice, especially when corporate pride and overconfidence get in the way. I'm confident GTA 6 itself will deliver, but I can't say the same about its online component. Rockstar built its entire business model on milking this thing and releasing ultra-polished games once a decade. And if GTA 6 Online doesn't deliver, the whole foundation starts to crack. So, let's connect a few dots that paint a pretty bleak picture. Hi everyone, it's European Gamer here and welcome to my channel. Let me start with this, to say GTA 6 itself will be bad, like, come on, that's just stupid. Everything we've seen so far, literally everything, points the other way. Sure, there have been some concerning things, like the production reboot in 2019. And yeah, Dan Houser, the guy who basically is GTA and Red Dead, is long gone. But even if the story of Lucia and Jason doesn't resonate with players the way Arthur Morgan's did, which we don't know, maybe it will, this game is still going to be a technological miracle. We've already seen it in the trailers, mind-blowing graphics, animations, even tiny details like the physics of bubbles in a beer bottle. This is the kind of game that's going to define industry standards for the next decade. But GTA 6 Online, that's the whole different beast, and this is where things might go very wrong. To understand why, let's first look at what made GTA 5 Online such a banger. Sure, the lack of serious competition played a part, but first and foremost, GTA 5 was like a dying Wild West and an accidental success all at once. It wasn't planned, it wasn't polished. It was basically a cute little multiplayer experiment before Rockstar moved on to a single-player DLCs and maybe even Bully 2. Sure, there were shark cards right from the start, but what made the game so fun back in the day were the glitches, exploits and the complete lack of corporate control pushing you into grind and microtransactions. That's what I call the Wild West period. And in the process, the whole generation of players went from rags to riches, basically becoming the foundation of the online community. Anyway, as always with microtransactions, there was a tiny group of players dropping real money into the game. And when your player base is the size of a small continent, over 200 million people, that tiny group suddenly becomes a goldmine. Take-Two looked at that and basically said, single-player DLCs? Bully 2? Why bother? Online is printing $700 million a year. And that's when the leash started tightening. They pushed the in-game economy deeper and deeper into a grind or pay model, turning those millions of players into a bunch of slowly boiled frogs, too comfortable to notice what's happening and too invested to quit. And now, my friends, when you understand what made GTA 5 Online so special, you actually understand more than Take-Two. Yeah, because they believe GTA 6 Online will automatically repeat the success of its predecessor, just without the Wild West period and with an aggressive grind or pay, or should I say pay or suffer mentality right from day one. And that's exactly where the real danger begins. And it's not like I'm just throwing a big words around here because it happened before. 3 words. Red Dead Online. Right out of the gate, it was far more grindy than GTA Online, and let me tell you this, when grind is slower than horse movement speed, you've got a problem. Combine that with laughably high prices for anything you wanted to buy in the game and laughably low rewards from missions. It was so bad Rockstar had to update the online mode just a month after launch to increase payouts. But it didn't help. Slow gameplay plus slow grind equals a game only the most devoted fans would stick with, so the player count dropped. And here is the thing, if Rockstar were the ones making these calls, I wouldn't be worried, but Rockstar was just the executive and Take-Two was the one behind the wheel. There's a lot you can say about this corporation, but certainly not that their sins are brought to light often enough, because every criticism people have thrown at Rockstar over the last decade, all of it was actually aimed at Take-Two. Look, publishing games rarely. Why take any risks when online is printing money? Innovation? Art? quarterly earnings, baby. Butchering Red Dead Online. Yeah, gamers must suffer or pay. And sure, let's just slap shark cards on it like in that famous GTA of yours, right? GTA Defective Edition. Don't worry guys, we've got very talented developers over here. They'll handle it and we'll even share 10% of profits with you, alright? Rockstar Launcher even when you play on Steam. Oh, absolutely, because gamers are filthy pirates and our launcher will end up piracy worldwide. Yes sir. You don't need to think too hard to notice that all of this comes from Take-Two. These are guys who understand Excel sheets at best, because games and gamers are completely out of their mental reach. They blindly tried to copy late-era GTA Online into Red Dead, and I'm afraid they'll try to do the exact same thing with GTA 6 Online. And all of this reminds me of another corporation that, over the last decade or so, completely lost touch with reality. Bethesda. I know, Bethesda is nowhere near Rockstar, but remember, I'm comparing them to Take-Two here. Todd Howard thought Starfield would be the next Skyrim, a decade-long phenomenon, but without an interesting world, without side quests worth doing, without exploration, basically without anything that made Skyrim special. That's the essence of corporate pride, this binary 0 to 1 kind of thinking. The belief that if we did it once, we'll do it again, without ever understanding what made the original success happen in the first place. And last but not least, environment is different today. Back in the day, there was no online game like GTA. Today, I'd still say there's nothing as good, but gamers have way more solid alternatives. PUBG, Fortnite, all that kind of jazz. The online market is saturated, to put it simply. Does that mean any of these games will be better than GTA 6 Online? Nope. But it does mean that when Johnny GTA sees an aggressive in-game economy, endless grind and microtransactions, he'll just run back to Fortnite and leave GTA behind. And that's not what you want when you are planning a 10-year live service multiplayer. And let me tell you this, could I be wrong? Of course. Actually, more than that. I hope I'm wrong, because I want a cool GTA 6 multiplayer game very badly. But here is the thing. I have faith in Rockstar, not in Take-Two, and unfortunately it's the latter that will decide the fate of the online mode. So there you have it. This is why I think GTA 6 Online might end up surprising everyone, even Take-Two. But what about you? Do you think GTA 6 will blow past expectations, or are you leaning more toward my side of the fence? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out the other one, where I talk about a forgotten Rockstar gem, Max Payne 3, and why it's still an absolute masterpiece. Thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you in the next one.